What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I'm not gonna do any vlog. Just wanna sit down, chill, and talk to you guys. My day been successful and got some haircut. And I look good. Your mama was actually on my DM, you know, but I tell her to chill. I wanna talk about my car accident today. Me and the niggas, right? We just chilling, right? I'm making too much money, you know, so to the point I didn't care about my work. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're in the street, you know what type of money I'm making, you feel me? I'm making too much money, so I'm just chilling every day, kicking with the boys, you know. So in this day, you know, we went to pick up some Zaza. Me and the boys were just pumping it up, you know, we're just smoking all day. All day we're smoking about some shorty, right? Like, I don't talk to shorty anymore, you feel me? Some shorty like tell me, hey bro, like, you know, do you wanna pick me up tonight? And then we're gonna go to my house. I was like, cool, you know, but still kicking it with the boys, you know. And then the boys like, I told the boys like, hey, you know, I need to get my car check, you know, cause tomorrow I'm gonna register. English is not my first language, so just be with me. I'm gonna register it, you know, cause tomorrow, because my reg is about to finish, you know. And then like, cool, and then we went to pick up again, and then on the way we're just smoking in the car. And then we went to this mechanic, right? And then the mechanic guy is like, oh, you know, are you guys been smoking in the car? We're like, yeah, and then we just start laughing at that. He's doing his job and stuff, and then me in the car, I'm just grinding. I'm grinding and smoke, you feel me? And he was like to me, bro, Amos, you know, I lost so many friends, you know, during like smoking and driving, this, that. I don't want things like that to happen to you in the future. So as a brother, I'm gonna tell you about it today, you know? Like, just stop, you know, stop smoking and that. You know, like you're gonna lose yourself, your mom have to worry about you, your family, your brothers, you know, like they're gonna worry about you, people that love you, you know, you don't even wanna do that to yourself, you don't wanna be the cause that happened to you. But me and the boys, we look at each other, we started dying. We started laughing at that. Because I'm like, bro, who's this nigga telling me what to do? You know, I've been doing this every single day, you know, every single day. So, and then we went home, and I told the boys, like, hey, bro, I'm gonna drop you guys quick. You know, I gotta go handle some business. You know, I gotta handle some business real quick. And I dropped the boys. I was like, oh, I bet. I want to see shorty. Let me go pick up another one. So I went to pick up. And then now I'm driving. I get to shorty, right? And then I was like, hey, you know, we hug each other, this, that. And then because she was coming from her mom's house, so I had to pick her up from my area and take her home. And then we play music in the car, we're chilling, we're talking, we're catching up, talking about how much we miss each other, this, that. You feel me? And then we pull up in Michael's, we buy some food, chilling, you know, like all that good stuff. And then I don't know what happened that day. I forgot the way, you know. So instead of me taking the M4, I went a different way. And then I realized, like, oh shit, I'm a story now. Like, which am I going? I was like, do you know where we're going? I was like, nah, like, I'm a bird. Like, I think I lost the way. And then she's like, oh, I bet, you know. We put a map, and then we're trying to pull map on my car. My screen's not working for some reason. I don't know what the hell, you know. So we end up parking up in the park, you know, and then we're smoking again. You know, we're kicking it. And then as we're smoking, I end up walking in the front of the car. I'm just chilling, you know. I'm looking at the sky, like, you know. Right now I'm ready, like, yeah, you know. I'm just looking at the sky, and as I'm looking at the sky, and some things telling me don't drive, you know, and then she's telling me let's go. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? I don't know which one to listen to at this point. I'm like, something telling me don't drive, and then she called me again, let's go. So like it took it like 3 times to call me to get in the car and start driving again. So I decided to drive. As soon as I hop in that car, Not even 10 minutes later, bro. Less than 10 minutes. Man, brother, I thought I was dead. Car crash. Motherfucker hit me on the side of the car, bro. Bro, I swear to you, bro, I was like this in the steering wheel, bro. My eyes was closed, bro. The first thing I was thinking was my mom, bro. My whole life just flashed back, like they just flashed back. Like I'm just thinking about my mom, I'm thinking about my family, bro. Like I see my life just flash, you know. And then Shorty was already like, was already talking. She was like, hey, what's like, I can't. Same situation. She called me 3 times for me to respond, like, for me to be like, yeah, I'm still good. You get me? And then when she said that, I looked at her, bruh, cause her face was just full of blood, like full of blood. I'm telling you, like I never seen something like that before. And then my phone automatically called the police. That's the new iPhone, this that. So we got off the car. Next minute I said like the ambulance and the police already came, like they're already there. And I'm looking at shoulders, like, bro, you right? This is how I know God is good, right? Like I'll show you guys the pictures on the bottom, how my car look like. You guys will be like, yo, you are very lucky man, to still be alive here today. Like I told you, I'm the chosen one. Like I always tell my family that, I'm the chosen one. Man, like I look at Shorty, but she had no injured. Like she had no injured, bro. All she had was just one little glass just got her hair, and then like that's why she was bleeding that bad, and then I went to the other nigga's car, bro, and then his car, bro, like, bro, my nigga was conked, he was asleep, you feel me? And then from that day, bro, I didn't know what to do, and then like I'm just punching the concrete. I swear to God, something right touches my soul, touches my spirit, told me everything's gonna be okay. Like I don't know what was that, bro. And then like I started talking to myself, like, bro, Nakam, why am I angry, bro? This is just a life, a life lesson, I gotta learn from here now. I gotta grow up from here now, I gotta like take responsibility, like I don't know what's going on, like, the man is giving me like big head, the cars give me big head, the women's give me big head because I'm gonna go to this woman, go to that woman, like every single day, different woman. I'm like, bro, like maybe God is calling me, you feel me? And then I end up getting arrested, because your boy was in Pluto. You feel me? I was in Pluto. So, and they were like, oh, you're under arrest, your car smell like, what I'm trying to say, put 2 and 2 together. Like, what I'm trying to say. And then I was like, cool, they arrest me. I found myself praying in the back of the, mind you, I haven't prayed for like 10 years, 6 years, but I'm praying from that day. Like, I'm praying to God, you feel me? And then I went to the police station, they checked, the thing came out negative. For some reason it came out negative, and then they decided like letting me go. They let me go, and then now I'm on Uber. You feel me? I literally asked these niggas, I was like, oh, can you guys go drop me? Because they took my money, because I had a cash in the car, like a lot of cash in the car. So they took my money, and I was like, hey, bro, like, can you guys like go drop me to the girl? Where the girl is? They're like, oh yeah, we will. But when the time come, they didn't even wanna go drop me. So I called my home girl, shout out to D, you feel me? Shout out to D, So she gave me like $50, and then I called my Uber for the first one. I went to the wrong hospital. Okay, cool, because that's what the police gave me. And then I called Shorty, she goes, oh, I'm on this hospital. And then I end up catching Uber again from that hospital, and I went to the other hospital, you feel me? And as soon as I'm walking there, I promise you, the first thing I see on the TV is Bible words, Bible study videos. They're like, oh, today, something because you are chosen and anointed one. Like all I keep seeing just Bible studies on the screen, you feel me? And damn, like God really want me to change my life, you feel me? And then the next morning come because she had to sleep in the hospital, so I had to stay with her. And then, bro, the next day I'm calling my dad. I was like, Dad, you know, I'm gonna be very honest with you. This is what I've been doing. I've been smoking. He was like, oh, yeah, cool. You know, like, you know, he just gave me advice. I called my mom. Same thing, gave me advice. But my mom actually started crying. You feel me? You know, female are emotional. They want the kids not to be a gangster. You get me? And then as we're going, I was like, you know what? I pray to God. No, actually, no, I didn't pray. You know, I just made up my mind. You know, I gotta go to church. So as I was going, I met this fella. You know, some black guy. You know, like, and I was like, bro, your broski here. This is happening. You know, and then I ended up seeing Bibles, and this nigga's like, oh wow, you're actually a chosen one. You're actually a chosen one. I'm like, yeah, cool, bro. Like, well, like, what does it take for me to come to the church? You know, can you introduce me to the church? And this nigga goes to me, bro. You know, there's already a second coming cross. I'm like, huh? Come again? What'd you say? Is that to me? Oh, there's already a second coming cross. You know, but for you to know this cross, let me read this verse to you first. There's something in Revelation, right? It talks about when the wedding blanket, you know, I'm not trying to talk about it as much because I don't know, you know, like I'm still learning my Bible, so I don't want to say in a wrong interpretation or whatever, you know. And I talk about when the blanket, and this guy's talking about, you know, there's God the Mother, there's God the Father, you know, do you believe that? I'm like, what? Because, you know, at that moment, I feel like, you know, God probably just put me in that situation. So I was like, you know what, cool, I'm going to believe it, you know. It wasn't from my heart, it was just from my mind. You know, I was like, cool, I'm going to believe it. It goes to me, oh, we need to take you to church today. You're going to be baptized, and then that's how you're going to found the new cross. I was like, cool, let's go. Man, all I went, in the name of the Father, the Son, and your Holy Spirit, cross and Sahong. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about, cross and Sahong? Who's this guy? You feel me? But I like the Bible study, you know, because over there it was the first time ever I actually sat down, you know, like learning about the Bible. You know, some churches are go like, bro, the pastor is beefing with this guy, you know, this guy is talking crap about this family, you get me? So I was like, you know what, let me give it a time. So they were like to me, oh, we don't celebrate Christmas. I was like, cool, I respect that. We don't eat pork. Cool, I respect that. So Christmas, you know, because this happened like in December, something like that. So Christmas came, they didn't celebrate Christmas. I'm celebrating Christmas, brother. I'm with my family, we're kicking it. So we're gonna celebrate Christmas. And then there was like sometimes January, and then they were like, oh, it's this guy's birthday. I'm like, whose birthday? Cross us home. I'm like, bro, you just told me you don't celebrate Christmas. Oh, it's because we know when he was born. I was like, okay, cool, I respect that. And then some lady was preaching on the screen. Okay, she's preaching on the screen, and I asked them, I was like, who's that? Ah, that's God the Mother. I was like, bro, God the Mother is on this planet Earth, and I went broke. What are you talking about? There's like, brother Amos, you just gotta believe this, that. I was like, nah, bro. From then, I just did, you know. My mother was already on my neck telling me, bro, I don't want you to go to that church. The only person you need to know, no, I'm not a person, the only spiritual being you need to understand is Jesus Christ. So now, I found myself a good church, learning the Bible again. You know, if you guys want more story, I'll tell you guys more story, because there's a lot of story like I can tell you guys about my life. You feel me? And this is just it for today. Make sure you subscribe, like. You know, when you're liking, you help me with algorithm. So yeah, like I'm gonna be cooking now.